Swami, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. ISKCON Deputy Founder Acharya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivijika Acharya Statra Sata Shrimad His Divine Vishnu Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गौर गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की ब्रजन वृंदावन धाम की नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जगन्नाथ धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी महारानी की समाज भक्त वृंद की निकाय गौर प्रेमानंदे ओम वरिष्ठ सर्वज्ञ ओम वरिष्ठ सर्वज्ञ ओम वरिष्ठ श्री ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
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 Learning from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is chapter number 9 and text number 16, the most confidential knowledge. The most confidential knowledge is pure devotional service to Lord Shri Krishna. How to do it and how to check it out with conformity that it is fructifying. After all, conclusion should make us completely free from all the doubts. It should give us full security and happiness. Three things. This confidential knowledge is the perfect process. Perfect process. So, all the imperfect people can take the help of perfect knowledge to become perfect. Is there anybody who can claim that he is perfect? Can anybody claim that he is perfect? When, by nature, we are filled with 4 defects, which are all imperfections. With 4 imperfections, we cannot become perfect. Which are the 4 imperfect things? We have very limited senses. They are not perfect. If I see a snake in the daytime, and the night time, the rope can be also understood as a snake. And I will be fearful. Imperfection makes us fearful. Second imperfection is that besides we have limited senses, we are prone to be illusioned. Alright? And because the imperfect senses are there, we commit mistakes. Then over and above, our false ego interjects. Even though we have imperfect senses, the false ego dictates something that we are not. So it makes us cheat, become deceitful, even though we are imperfect. So Krishna tells that he is speaking to you I am speaking to you perfect knowledge. And perfect knowledge is called Guhyatamam. Guhya means secret or perfect. But Guhyata means more secret. But Guhyatamam means the most confidential, most important, most. And that can be given only to those who are not envious to Krishna. Idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshyami anusuyave jnana vijnana sahitam yadhyatva mokshasha shubha. Arjuna, I am telling you the most confidential knowledge because you are not envious of me. That is the first qualification required. And we make perfectly understanding this, so our faith should also become perfect. And gradually every perfection will come by performing this confidential knowledge. So theory is there, and theory has to be proven by practical. Right? So Krishna glorifies this perfect knowledge. Because he has to show by both theory as well as practical the results. And he says, Raj Vidya Raj Guhyam Pavitram Idam Uttama Pratyakshavudamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam. This confidential, most confidential knowledge is the king of knowledge. There is nothing more important to know. It's the king of knowledge. It is a secret, most secret that everybody cannot do. Who can perform? Only those who are envious. But how many people are not envious to Krishna? Very few. Everybody is envious of Krishna. They don't know Krishna. They don't have faith, even though they know. They are misguided by Mayavad and other schools of thoughts, impersonalists. They will tell something else than what Krishna tells in Bhagavad. So very few people who have implicit faith in the Guru and Krishna. All the perfections they are revealed to them only. Yasya devi parabhakti yatha teve tatha guru tasya tatha hi atyā prakāśaṁ. Krishna set up everything perfect. But we have to perform in a very stepwise, scientific way. Perform that knowledge, put it in practice, which will result by direct perception, pratyaksha avadama. Avadama means you have to follow stepwise, not haphazard. Under the tutelage of a demonstrator or spiritual master. And dharmyam susukham. The result is going to be very pleasant. We don't have to miss steps, but we have to follow the procedural steps. That is called avagamam and dharmyam susukham. The result is very pleasant and nobody will fail. Everybody will become past. And avyayam means whatever we have achieved It is inexhaustible. It will not run out. So it becomes a permanent asset. So in this chapter, Krishna covers everything which is very essential about his most confidential knowledge of bhakti. Bhakti is most confidential. Very few people will understand. Even when we joined ISKCON, we did not understand what bhakti is. But over and over again, when we practice under the tutelage of one of our spiritual master, we are able to make tangible progress. So, there is a safe and secure about the process. Prabhupada said, I may not be perfect myself. Even though he perfected by the process. And then he told us. But he said, I may not be perfect. But the process I follow is perfect. Therefore I have every hope to become perfect. So today's sloka is Krishna declares, Aham kraturaham yajna Swadhamam aham aushadam Mantroham evajya Aham agni aham hutam Aham kraturaham yajna Swadhamam aham aushadam Mantroham evajyam Aham agni aham hutam Aham kraturaham yajna Swadhamam aham aushadam Mantroham evajyam Aham agni aham hutam
Sacrifice.
Swadha, oblations. Aham, I. Aham, I. Aushadam, healing herbs. Mantraha, transcendental chant. Aham, I. Aham, I. Eva, certainly. Ajyam. Butter or melted butter is called ajyam.
Melted butter.
frozen butter is not never used. Alright. Aham, I, Agnihi, fire. Aham, I, Bhutam, offering. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. But it is I who am the ritual, I, the sacrifice, the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb and the transcendental chant, and the butter and the fire and the offering. The Vedic sacrifice is known as Jyotistoma, is also Krishna. And he is also Mahayagya, mentioned in the Smritis. The oblation offered to the Pitraloka, or the sacrifice performed to please the Pitralokas, they consider it as a kind of drug in the form of clarified butter is also Krishna. The mantras chanted in the connection are also Krishna. And many other commodities made with the milk products for offering in the sacrifices are also Krishna. The fire is also Krishna because fire is one of the five material elements and is therefore claimed as separated energy of Krishna. In other words, the Vedic sacrifices recommended in the Karmakanda division of the Vedas are total, also Krishna. Or, in other words, those who are engaged in rendering devotional service into Krishna are to be understood to have performed all the sacrifices recommended in the Vedas. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurmilitanyena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padamahim Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavanasya Shri Rupam Savidatam Sahakarana Ladita Rudamatam Siddhivam Satvaitam Savadutam Pariyaksaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagarana Lalita Shri Vishakam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Takta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Krishnamano Sukhe Devi Pramami Priye Vanchakapatarutyascha Kripasindhu Piyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnaveyo Namaha Namaham Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschartha Destarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Aham Kraturaham Yajya Swadamaham Aushadam Mantroham Imatve Vajya Aham Agnihi Aham. But it is I who am the ritual, I the sacrifice, the offering to the ancestors, the healing herbs, the transcendental chant, and the butter and the fire, and the offering also. There is also similar verse that Krishna has said. It's about the yajna. Here, Jyotistomi yajna. And everything about yajna is Krishna. Manifestation in varieties because everything is emanating from him. It's just like worshipping Krishna with all the ingredients created by him. Right? Why Krishna is claiming him? Why Krishna is claiming? Everything is him. Because he is the origin of everything. Both material as well as spiritual. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samhita. So he should be center point in whatever we do. We have to offer him, whether it's a fire sacrifice, yad karoshi, yad ashnashi, yad juhoshi. This is yad juhoshi. This sloka is yad juhoshi. Yad tapasyasi, ardadasya, yad tapasyasi kaunteya, tad purusham adarpanam. And it is confirmed. But then we have to understand all the activities are so variegated. But they are all culminating in the act of fire sacrifice. If you want to perform anything from the solar sanskar, 16 purificatory processes a human being has to undergo as soon as he is born, he has to go through 16 purificatory processes, that's called sanskar, in order to understand that everything is in connection with Krishna. Garbhadan sanskar up to Antyeshti. Everything has to be conducted as an offering to Krishna. That is yajna. For the sake of Vishnu or Krishna, we must perform all the activities of sacrifice. Yad karoshi, yad ashnashi, yad juhoshi, dadasya, yad tapasyasi, kaunteya mat tat purusha madarpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you give in charity, whatever you do the austerity for, do it for me and offer it to me. It's a very straightforward instruction, but how many of us are doing it? Does he leave any activity that we are doing voluntarily or involuntarily that cannot be offered? Do you agree that we have to offer everything?
Yes.
But there is no choice. But we were born out of ignorance. We fell into the material world from his lap. We are part and parcel of him. And every living entity, whether we are bodily connected through the lineage of our parents or from the grandfather or from great-great-grandfather up to the end what we call the gotra of that particular rishi through whom in a lineage we acquired this body today. Even polemic connections. that has to be offered in the form of sacrifice. Offer. Sacrifice is not voluntary. It is compulsory. Because we are obligated to bring us in this material world. There are obligations. And how many people in the material world are instrumental to bring us? Krishna is the only claimer, but others who are helping Krishna, they are the Deva, Rishi, Bhutat, Nirnam, Pitrunam, Kinkar, Narapatin, Charajan. They are obligated to all these living entities. We are social animals, right? And in society, we are obliged to each other in somewhat more respectful way. Do you think you can live alone? Who will live for you? Therefore you need a society. Actually, in humanity, this society has been built in order to understand our ultimate obligation to Lord Krishna. Right? Because he is the seed-giving father, and the body-giving father comes in the lineage of Brahma. The bodies are given by Brahma. Krishna is not concerned with this body given by Brahma. Krishna is claiming that you are my original part and parcel. But now you have acquired the body. Understand, body is also coming under the obligations. So, when we are born in human form of life, we are obligated to devatas, rishis, our parents, forefathers. Everybody is guiding and trying to make our life perfect. So we are obligated. Even we are obligated to our servants at home or employees. So we must fulfill our obligations to them. Devashi Bhutartan Dranam Pitranam Nayam Kinkarachan Narpatin Charajan. Even that we are obligated to government. So why not to our fathers and forefathers? We must be respectful. But one who surrenders to the Supreme Personality of God directly, because He is the origin of everything. He is the one who endowed us body like Him. Man is made in the image of God. We are 200, Krishna is also 200. Devatas may have many hands, but we are not product of Devatas. Devatas are product of Lord Brahma and the 10th creation. We are under 9th category. Everything is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. And Krishna is telling the same thing. It is I who is the origin of even producing the herbs that are essential to offering fire sacrifice. Everything. And starting from Brahma, everybody needs to end up in performing the activities of yajna. Yajnatha karmana anyatra lokaya karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. We are obliged to perform the activity that are pleasing to Lord Krishna. That is called yajna. Fire sacrifice. Aham kritur aham. Kritur is a kind of performance of yajna. So everything is an offering we have to do, because Krishna is energies. Everything are personally present in every one of us, everything that we know. So a cognizant living entity, knowing this ultimate obligation to all, can culminate everything to Krishna. If you become a devotee, pure devotee of the Lord, and just live for His sake, all your activities are sacrificed for His pleasure, that is the best yajna. It is called bhakti. This process is so perfect that it will allow you to have direct association with the Supreme Lord by becoming pure. If you do not become pure, your vision will not be pure. So, all these activities, while we are entangled in material world, if we start dovetailing and sacrifice, or in the fire sacrifice, where Vishnu or Krishna is the chief devata, and offer him everything. So that process is perfect. So if somebody becomes obligated only to Krishna, then all other obligations are nullified. There is no need to do separate shraddha, separate try to satisfy even the society, because we live in the society, but they are subordinate activities. They are not pure activities. Pure activities is direct bhakti to Lord Krishna. It will culminate everything, So this is very important. Aham kraturaham. Aham yajna. Yajnathat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Tadarthat karma kaunte mukta sanga samancha. This is told very, very beginning. If you perform activity for yourself or for your extended bodily connection, it is not called yajna. It is called shrama. Shrama. Laboring hard just to fill the bellies. But if you are prepared to fill the belly of Lord Krishna first and then partake the remnants of his sacrifice, that will create a completely satisfying to Lord Krishna. If Krishna is satisfied, everything, everyone is satisfied. Yasmin tushte jagat tushna. Try to satisfy Lord Krishna. That is the first and foremost obligation, because we are part and parcel. We were one with him, but out of our separate desire and hate, we fell into this material world, trying to do, I, me and mine. Sriyo Punsan Maitani Bhavametat Tayo Ahu Hraday Granthi Atar Griya Kshetra Aktavittayi Janasya Mohoyam Aham Ameti. This is how we mess up our life. Who said we have made successful individuals? We mess up our life. So, this confidential knowledge is available only to those who are not envious. Those who want to continue enmity with Krishna, they cannot do bhakti. So, perfection in human life is coming through the perfect process and perfectly guided by pure devotees. No maya, no impersonalism, no pakhand is required. Most of us are hypocrites, pakhandi. Even we think we are religious. Because Shastra is very definite. And if we violate the rules and regulations of the Shastra, we become hypocrites. Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahma Rudradi Devatam Samatvena Vikheta Sa Pakhandi Bhavet Dhruvam. We might tell pakhandi is an abusive word, but in Shastra, pakhandi means you think everybody is equal. You don't understand who is who. And because I like him, I can choose anybody and make him God. Even you may choose a dog and make him God. But who cares about your standard of understanding? Who is going to follow that? Only fools. Those who are intelligent people, those who know how to study properly and execute by scientific experimentation, you get the desired result. So, jnana vijnana sahitam. We must learn this most confidential instructions about pure devotion, not mixed up devotion, not temporary, not involving our useless sentiments. If they are not purified, then there is no chance to become successful. A human life is meant for passing the exam once and all. So Krishna says, Mamupeti tu kaunteya dukkhale mashashvatam natmavanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramānta. The sum total of your victory, samsiddhi, in pursuit of the human form of life that you have acquired is achieve me, you achieve everything. Achieve him means what? Do as I tell you. You do not need misinterpretations. So direct understanding is there. This is a very powerful process, and because it is spoken by Krishna himself, it will be desirable to satisfy him because he speaks. He spells out. If he says, why do we have to object? Rather promote it by your own experience. Isn't it? So everybody should make a definite progress. And try to execute the desire of the Lord, and you will be successful. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any question? Pitru Paksha is going on.
This is the last.
So how do you perform Pitru Paksha? Call a professional Brahman or just perform pure devotional service. An act of pure devotional service will reach directly to the Pitrus. By becoming a devotee, Pitrus are much more secure. They desire that only by undivided devotional service can all the Pitrus be satisfied, because Krishna will be known. Yatam drashtam cha tattvena pravishtam cha paramdata. Not only that you will know me in truth, you will see me in truth also, and you will enter into my eternal activities. Means, we have won over this life, becoming liberated, never to come again in this miserable material world. This Gold Coast is not miserable. What do you think? Or everybody is happy? Yeah. There is no gold here. Gold Coast. What do you think? Is Gold Coast not miserable? You came flying all the way from Melbourne to Coast. So mitigate the miseries there. Yes, Prabhu.
Could you explain offering to the ancestors? Could you explain the significance of offering to the ancestors?
Explain
the significance of offering to ancestors.
Significance to offering. Your devotional service offered to Krishna will reach everywhere. You don't have to offer to different demigods or Pitrus. If you offer to Krishna directly, everything is satisfied. Yasmin tushte jagat tushta. And jagat means in the whole material world, everybody will be satisfied if Krishna is satisfied. If Krishna is not satisfied, then the problem will be there.
Where are the pictures? Are they in hell or different planet?
How no? The method of oblation, conduct fire sacrifice, But in front of Krishna, who is aham kratur, aham vayagyam, aham evanjam, and I'm everything about, even the ingredients. Right? You offer and everything is contained in it. Yajna is not separate from Krishna. Yes, we invoke Lord Vishnu even in the temple when Krishna deities are there. Because it's a Pancharatriki Vidhi, and Pancharatriki Vidhi must be performed accompanying Bhagavad Vidhi. Both are satisfying to Lord Shri Krishna. Bhagavad Gita depends upon the holy name of Lord Shri Krishna that we perform by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. And Pancharatha Vede is setting up the fire pit, invoke presence of Lord Vishnu, and perform systematically the sankalpa. For what purpose are you doing this fire sacrifice? If it is besides Krishna, then it becomes karmakana. If it is meant for Krishna, then it will become a pancharanara, pancharatma. They are not karmakandis. What is understood that performance of yajna for satisfaction of our forefathers is a karmakanda. So Pitrus are singled out and they are the recipient. Pitrus are not Krishna. If Krishna is the recipient, Pitrus will be always satisfied. Try to satisfy one, you will be able to satisfy all. That is the Shastra says. No one by which you will know everything. That is Krishna. Yeah. This is in Upanishads. Svetasatara Upanishad and Kathopanishad. It is telling. Kaspin bhagavo yasmin vigyatam sarvameno vigyatam bhavati. If you want to know everything, then know that person who is the originator of everything. You don't have to do all the different, things to go through the originator. You should know who is the originator. Without that, you will end up, not performing exactly what you are supposed to do. Do you think it is only a belief or a blind belief to give oblations to the forefathers? Annually, departed souls. Even Mayavadis get tired to keep on offering every year. The day of his departure is being celebrated as a mourning or what? Not even in mourning. Okay, feed the Brahmanas. Why? Because Vishnu is satisfied by the mouth of Brahma. So we incorporate that part. But Vishnu is entering only during prasadam time. Isn't it a fiasco? They don't care for Vishnu. They will cry, they will put attention something, and worship the photo and whatnot. Or कोई question? All right. Thank you very much. Prabhupada ki jai.